Tonight on Size Eyes on the Skies.
Good evening, everybody. Taking a look across the country tonight. Not a whole lot going on. Just an empty map. There is some stuff going on. There we go. Looking out across US 30, where US 30 crosses over Duff Avenue here in Ames. Kind of a cloudy, dreary day today, much below average. We're going to have more of that and some rain. I'll have more on that coming up.
Plus, we'll have a look at the national forecast. Size Eyes on the Skies for Tuesday, April 19th starts now.
Broadcasting live from the studios at Hamilton Hall at Iowa State University, the Iowa State Meteorology Department brings you the latest weather from across the country and out your front door. This is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Good evening, I'm your host, Lexie Merley. Now for tonight's weather story. On this day in 1976, an F5 tornado tore through Texas near the town of Brownwood. One resident of Brownwood sought refuge in a bathtub of his home. After the tornado tore through, the frame of the home was completely swept away, but he and the bathtub were all that remained. Several children were also reported to have been blown 3/4 of a mile, and several hangars and planes were destroyed at the town's airport. Also on this day, in 1968, an F4 tornado struck in Sebastian County, Arkansas, wreaking havoc on the town. The death toll was 14 and 270 other individuals were injured. Much of Greenwood, Arkansas was reduced to rubble. To discuss more on what's happening around the country, here's AJ with a look at our national forecast.
Good evening, everybody. As we start out with taking a look at what's going on around the nation tonight, we've got some storms in the plains during the middle of the week this week that you want to keep an eye on, and we've got some snow out in the Rockies. And then we're going to want to keep an eye out across the upper Midwest for a possible severe threat to end the week. I'll have more on that coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Now let's have a look at what is happening around the nation with AJ.
Thank you, Lexie. Taking a look at what's going on around the country tonight, starting with our satellite and radar. We've got a low pressure system up in the northeast that's bringing some unsettled weather, a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow. The southeast is dominated by high pressure that's bringing in some really nice weather. And then we've got a couple low pressure systems out across the northern tier and out here in the Rockies that are going to bring us some unsettled weather as we go through the rest of this week. Looking at temperatures right now, we've got a little bit of a cold pocket across the northern tier. The temperatures there are pretty below average compared to where we should be at this time of year. But then across the southern tier, really not too bad. And then as you get over here into the desert southwest, it's pretty hot. 97 in Phoenix, that's your hot spot. They're having some really hot temperatures there right now. And looking at our future forecast, as we go into tomorrow morning, you're going to want to keep an eye out across the southern plains, Oklahoma, Texas, into a little bit of Arkansas. You guys are going to have a threat for some thunderstorms tomorrow. Some of them could be severe. So keep an eye on that as you go through the day Wednesday. And then as you get into your afternoon commute, we're going to see some rain spread up into the rest of the Midwest, up into the northern plains. A little bit of snow up there by the U.S.-Canadian border, but that's going to bring a good bit of rain across the upper Midwest, and then it's going to push across the eastern U.S. as we get into Thursday morning and through the day Thursday. It'll continue to push across, and then right on its heels, we're going to want to watch as a secondary low-pressure system spins up going into Thursday night into Friday across the plains into Kansas, Nebraska, and that's going to bring some more rain to, again, Iowa, the upper Midwest area, and it's going to bring with it a possible severe threat as we go through the afternoon Friday and then into Saturday into the weekend. Now, taking a look back at the severe weather threat for tomorrow and for Thursday, your areas to watch into tomorrow are going to be eastern Oklahoma, a little bit of northern Arkansas into Missouri. It's going to be slight marginal risk. You're going to want to keep an eye out as you go through the day tomorrow. Make sure you're staying weather aware. And then as we go into Thursday, that that thunderstorm risk spreads a little further north. Not quite as intense of a risk, but still something across central Kansas and parts of Missouri, northern Oklahoma, extreme southern Nebraska, something you're going to want to keep an eye on as you go through the middle of the week. Now, looking at the cold side of this storm, as these low pressure systems move across over the next couple days, they're going to move through the Rockies, and they're going to bring a good bit of snow and rain into the lower elevations with them. Over here in the Sierra Nevadas, you guys are going to pick up a good bit of snow, and then up into the other places in the Rockies, western Montana, into Nevada, Idaho, you guys are going to pick up some pretty good snow in the higher elevations from this system. Taking a look at the week ahead in our city of choice, which is Lincoln, Nebraska, not Los Angeles, California. Apologize for that. You guys are going to want to keep an eye out for some storms in the area tomorrow. Thursday and into Friday, it's going to clear out a little bit. Friday is going to be windy ahead of that other low that's going to come through and bring you guys the threat for some storms and severe weather Friday night going into Saturday. And then as we take a look at the weekend and early next week, a little bit of a cool off, but some sunny weather for you guys.
Thank you, AJ, for that forecast. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. What is AJ's favorite weather event? Is it A, warm air advection, B, cold air damming, C, dry line, or D, grapple? And we'll have your answer coming right up. Now let's have a look at the week ahead with AJ.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you, Lexie. As we take a look at what's going on in Iowa this week, we're going to be unseasonably cool for the first half of the week, and we're going to be getting quite a bit of rain as we head through the week in general, and then we're going to have some storms to finish off the week this weekend. I'll have more on that coming up. Welcome back, everybody. Taking a look at temperatures around the state of Iowa right now, it's pretty cool compared to where we should be at this time of year. 40s across the board. As you get into the northwest part of the state, it's going to be in the lower 40s and then upper 40s as you get across the southern part, and then 50 is going to be a warm spot out there in Council Bluffs. And then here at the MU at Iowa State, currently it is 46 degrees, cloudy skies, a little breezy with a southeast wind. Other than being cooler than what it should be for this time of year, really not too terrible. And as we look at our satellite and radar for over the last couple of hours, we've had some clouds rolling through, a couple showers, a couple flurries up in the northwest part of the state where it's been a little bit cooler. But it hasn't been a washout, just kind of been a cloudy, cool day here. And for our future cast, looking ahead into Wednesday morning, we're going to want to watch as some showers spread up into the area. And as we go through the day Wednesday, they're going to stick around and linger. As we get into Wednesday, late morning, early afternoon, the coverage is going to increase as well as the intensity. And you guys are going to want to keep an eye out. It could get heavy at times. Be careful if you're on the roads driving. And keep an eye out for a rumble of thunder, maybe a little bit of lightning. I don't expect this to be a severe weather outbreak. It'll just be a very rainy day, a lot of rain, maybe, like I said, rumble of thunder here or there. But then as we push through into the evening, it's going to move out of the state and clear out. And then going into Thursday morning, expect to see the clouds clear out. And Thursday, all in all, as we go through the day, will be a pretty nice day. And then pushing on into the weekend, we'll want to watch for another round of rain and storms. And as we go through the week this week, with all these systems moving through, we're going to pick up a good bit of rain, especially across the southern part of the state. You guys have the potential to get a couple of inches. So creeks and rivers, they're going to be swelling up a little bit, getting high. And then you guys are going to want to keep an eye out as we go into this weekend for potential flash floods, river flooding. So just something to keep an eye on, and just be ready for a lot of rain this week. Taking a look at our skycast for tonight, it's going to be 43 degrees and cloudy in Ames. And then for tomorrow, we're going to have 52 degrees and showers. It's going to be a little cooler, again, than where we should be at this time of year. And then looking across the state for tonight, pretty cool temperatures, 40s and 30s across the board. A little bit warmer as you get down into the southwest corner of the state. But overall, just across the board in the 40s. And then looking at our highs for tomorrow, western part of the state, you guys are going to be kind of the warm spot. So Sioux City, Council Bluffs, you guys are the lucky ones. You guys are going to be in the upper 60s, pushing 70. Everybody else, though, 40s and 50s. The further north and east you get, it's going to get colder and colder. So really, compared to where we should be at this time of year, it's pretty cold unless you're one of the lucky ones out west. And taking a look at where we should be, where we are compared to where we should be for this time of year, here in Ames, our high tomorrow is going to be 52, and we should be at 62 for this time of year. So it's about 10 degrees colder than where we ought to be. And then taking a look at the week ahead, for Ames, you can see tomorrow we've got some rain moving in. It's going to be cool. But then as we get into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to warm up. We're going to get above average. Thursday, it's going to be sunny. Go out and enjoy it because we've got more rain and storms coming in Friday and Saturday. Going to want to watch as we get closer to that period of time for the possibility of a severe thunderstorm here or there. But then those clear out for the second half of the weekend, and we'll have a little bit of a cool down.
Thank you, AJ, for that forecast. Now let's review tonight's trivia question. What is AJ's favorite weather event? Is it A, warm air advection, B, cold air damming, C, dry line, or D, grapple? Well, this is a pretty tough question.
It is. I don't know if I know the answer to this one.
Yeah? I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
Personally, I like grapple, but...
I do like grapple as well. I like all
choice.
those weather events. They're all really, they're interesting.
Yeah, I would agree, too.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what the answer is. I'm curious.
I'm curious, too.
Yeah.
Oh, it turns out to be B, cold air damming is AJ's favorite weather event. Good choice.
I have to say I do agree with that. I do like cold air damming. It gives us some really good ice storms down
That's very true.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show on YouTube under Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you later. Have a great night.